Hold on, everybody. Okay, I think that fixed it. Do I have a sound check? Somebody, I'm sorry. Do we have sound now? Somebody tell me if we have sound now.
Yes.
Yeah, hallelujah. Okay, guys, there's always more than one way to skin a cat.
Yes.
All right, we got sound. Sorry about that, folks. So very sorry. All right, welcome to class tonight. One more time, everybody come in. So much we've got to talk about tonight, so I need all of your undivided attention. Arkansas, we have a problem in Arkansas. So all of my Arkansas patriots, where's my Arkansas patriots out there in class tonight? Any students from Arkansas? You have a rhino governor, and we need everyone in Arkansas to get on board now and start phone calls in the morning and emails nonstop.
It's now a little too loud.
Okay.
With an echo. Just a little too
With an echo. Hold tight. Okay, let's try that. Let's see. Did we get okay. All right. All right, folks. We're trying. I'm trying. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. They said that's too loud. Anyway. All right. So we need everybody to start calling the senators in Arkansas tomorrow. The House of Representatives there in Arkansas passed a legislative bill to stop this. I can't say a word on YouTube. They'll block me. But it's a very important law concerning sexuality and identity and things of that nature. I just have to be careful now. So they passed a law. The governor, out of nowhere, to everyone's surprise, just vetoed it. However, it's possible we can override his veto because we have a Republican legislature there. So Asa Hutchinson is a rhino. Let's make everybody know it. He is a rhino, and we must overturn his veto. So if you're in the state of Arkansas, if you know someone in the state of Arkansas, get them on the phones in the morning, ASAP. Get them on emails. Toto's Army, it's time to show up tonight in the state of Arkansas. I'm telling you, Asa Hutchinson blew our minds today. And, I knew he was a rhino, but I didn't think he would do that. So make sure we get on the phones. We've got to help Arkansas, everybody. In the newsletter that many of you got today, if you got that newsletter, there's a new section there that talks about daily marching orders. I'm going to start putting these things in the daily newsletter so you can know how you can get involved in these political battles, okay? If you don't get my newsletter, it's because you're not direct connected. There's a link in the description box of this video of how to get direct connected, okay? So we've got to help Arkansas. Next, in the state of Georgia, it is time to go to battle there in the state of Georgia against companies that think for us. The president, I have the article here, it's in my newsletter today, where the president is calling on me and you to come together and fight in the fight there against these companies, I'm going to call them out, that are literally boycotting Georgia because Georgia has chosen to clean up their election game in the state of Georgia. The companies that today I will no longer be doing business with until they clean their act up or until they at least relent is going to be UPS. From now on, I will use FedEx or USPS, okay? Coca-Cola, I just stopped drinking Diet Cokes today. Now it will be Diet Pepsi for me, Professor Toto. So everybody, we got to let Coke feel the heat right now. If you're a patriot, you got to quit talking with your mouth and start walking with that pocketbook. That's the only thing they understand. That's the only thing they know. So if you're watching me tonight and you're a member of Toto's army, then our marching orders today is no more UPS until they relent or till we get something solved in Georgia. No more Coca-Cola. I know you like it, but what do you like more? Freedom, the Republic, or your Coca-Cola? Go to Pepsi or whatever you need to do. Or better yet, go to the best water on the planet. This is what I drink. It's the only thing Toto drinks is Liberty water. 20-ounce bottles of the best water, mineral-rich spring water with a great pH balance. Y'all need to get your Liberty water. Their link is in the description box. So drop Coca-Cola and go to Liberty water. Listen, folks, this is a patriot-owned company. I'm going to tell you something. I went for lunch today to Chick-fil-A. I buy from Chick-fil-A. The line was horribly long. There was probably 100 cars, 3 lanes of cars. But I sat in that line, and I could have easily driven over to Popeyes and got a chicken sandwich. See, I could have easily done that. But I'm a patriot, and I understand that in these moments that we're living in, it's going to require battle. Battle. Battle means getting down and dirty. So I sat in that line, and I spent my money for a chicken sandwich, but it wasn't for the sandwich, it was for the principle, okay? Now, sometimes in this battle, we're going to have to wait a little longer and pay a little more, but that's okay. Sometimes the battle is worth paying for, okay? So we're dropping Coke for a little while, we're dropping UPS for a little while, and I'm getting ready to book my anniversary travel. And I'm not going to use Delta Airlines. I was, but they just lost $600 from me today. Imagine if they lost that from thousands of us. See, they got to know that we're not playing this game anymore. We are the one. Let me tell you something. The right has more money than the left. Now, the left has big money. They have people with big money. But most of the left don't put their money where their mouth is. Most of them's a bunch of young folks that's all cracked up, doped up, smoked up, marijuanaed up, don't even know what state of mind they're in. They don't send money. They don't help. They're a bunch of crybabies. So the left don't have what we have. We have responsible, hardworking, conservative people that's got money in the bank, and if we don't have it, we know how to go out and make it because we're the conservatives of America. So I'm telling everyone in this army tonight, come up to the battle and let us lay aside these companies temporarily until they get their minds right in the state of Georgia. Georgia did the right thing. They cleaned up their election act, and we're so proud of what has happened in Georgia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, it has been almost a month since we have helped any of our fellow patriots. I want you to look at the screen. I want to show you something. I want to show you a lady that you guys helped her. Her name is Tess Ball, and she is a lady, a single mother that lives on her own. Life is not that easy for Tess, and she's a true patriot and a believer in Christ. And she was stranded, literally stranded, with no way of going. And I reached out to you, the patriots, a few weeks ago, and you sent in your donations to help Tess get a motor for her car. She needed a motor. And I want to show you real quickly, go over here with me, and I just want you to look at your screen, and I want to show you what pulled up. This is the face of dear Sister Tess Ball. Look at that beautiful smile on her face, and look at that new motor in her car. Now I want you to look at that patriot on your screen, the man there in the black hair, with the black hair and the black shirt. That is Mr. Dale Bryant. He is a patriot, and he loves Toto's army. And what he did was he took the money you sent, bought the motor, and then he and his shop that he works at or owns put that motor in free of charge for Sister Tess Ball. So tonight I want to thank you, and Sister Tess wanted me to thank you for helping her get back on her feet. Tonight, we're going to help two patriots that are in desperate need. So stay tuned to the end of the broadcast, and I'm going to tell you about some of those needs tonight to see if we can do anything to help these folks that have just reached out to Toto's Army. So God bless you. You're the best people on the planet. They don't come any better than you. Well, how many saw the news article that was put out on yours truly, Professor Toto, today at MSN, Microsoft News Channel? They put out an article on my report about George Soros. If you saw that article, it's amazing to me that of 45 minutes of me exposing George Soros for what he is and what he's doing, all they focused on was a 30-second part of that entire speech. And guess what that 30-second part was? It was about race. I mentioned South Africa in my video about George Soros and how he went into South Africa and opened it up from a closed society to an open society. And all they made their headline was that somehow I was a racist bigot, and they just focused on that 30 seconds of a 45-minute video. But it's okay because, they've given us free advertisement. We've gained many new subscribers today from that article. Got a lot of hate mail from that article. So if you've not read it, go look at it. I think I have a link to it in the description box below. Beneath that article, there's a poll. I'd like for you to fill that poll out if you don't mind and help us out. Next, I have a letter to read to you, an email, and I'm so excited to introduce you to a true American patriot tonight. You're going to love her. Her name is Lynn Bunn. Lynn, if you're watching me tonight, darling, I want to thank you for this email you sent me. The patriots are going to love what you have to say tonight. You see, here at Toto's Army, we believe in being a warrior instead of a whiner. We don't believe in crying over spilt milk. We believe in putting the lid back on the milk. And so Lynn is a mother of two, and these two children are from China. She says, "Hello, Professor Toto. I've been listening to you for months now, and I appreciate you so much. The reason I'm writing, other than to tell you how wonderful you are, you're so sweet, I love you, thank you, is to tell you that I did the things that you suggested and am now a precinct committee person for my county in Georgia." High five, Lynn. She says, "We are getting ready to turn this Democrat county over as soon as our county elections are complete later this month." And then she gives me a website. Now, I have put the website in the description box. If you want to know more about how to become a committee man or woman in your county or in your parish, this website simplifies it to where you can just jump right on in right now and get involved in your county, in your local politics. Remember, all politics are local. We've learned that in the 2020 election. So, Lynn, you are a true patriot tonight. You're a warrior, not a whiner, and you get 5 stars from your professor and from the conservative college. This woman is doing this as a mother of 2 children. What is your excuse today, folks? Get involved and go click on that website. It's called the Precinct Committee Man Project.com. Oh, that sounds like we're speaking in tongues almost. The Precinct Committee Man Project.com. Now, I have some tragic news tonight that I want to talk to you about. A New York policeman today killed himself inside of his vehicle there in New York. Make sure that you keep his precious wife and children in your prayers. I've got the article here. Here's the picture of he killed himself today, and that is just heartbreaking. We're living in times where people, they just don't know how to cope with the stress of this life. If you don't have Yeshua, Jesus Christ, in your life, I don't know how you cope. If you don't have faith in God, I don't know how anybody can cope unless they turn to drugs or alcohol in this day and age that we are living in today. So I want you to make sure that you keep that family in prayer. That is a tragedy. Now, before I bring you to tonight's monologue, and I want to teach you tonight on the separation of church and state. That is our monologue this evening. But before I do, I want to introduce you to a lady. I'd like for you to look at the screen, and I'm going to read you a letter that was sent to me by her niece. If I can find this letter, I knew I printed it out somewhere. This young lady is writing on behalf of her aunt, and I thought I had printed it out. Let me just run over to my email, and I'll try to pull it up that way. I want to share with you this dear lady, what she's going through. Her name is Holly, and she's a patriot. She's part of Toto's army, and so we just really want to try to help her tonight the best we can. Don't know how much we can do. I don't know how many patriots are out there tonight that are watching, but I felt that I wanted to help her. And so tonight, whatever you send in, I'm going to match that. And we're going to try our best to help Holly tonight. Going to read to you what's going on with her. And she said that her aunt has exhausted every appeal. Her health insurance will not cover a TMJ disorder that's in her mouth. It's a muscular structural problem that's causing the disc between the ball and the socket of the joints of her jaws to slip every time she chews and out of place with each movement of her jaw. She has appealed to her health insurance to pay for this. She doesn't have the money to pay for it. And I think she needs about $3,000. I don't know if you can do anything to help her tonight. If you can, the links are in the description box below. I'm going to help myself, and I'm inviting you to join in. There is a minister in the state of Arkansas. COVID has nearly destroyed their existence. All of their bills are due. I know this minister personally, and I want to help them tonight. Their light bills, so many bills are due, and they just cannot pay them. And I know that for a fact. So if you want to help them tonight, if you want to maybe just send one offering and I'll split it between these two, whatever you want to do, the rest is up to you. I love helping our patriots whenever we can. So if you feel led to help tonight, if you want to send one donation, we'll just split it between these two needs and see if we can't put a smile on their face like we did Sister Tessa's face. All right? Well, we're getting ready for Passover here in Waveland, Mississippi, tomorrow night, which is Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. We have patriots traveling in from everywhere to be in this Passover meeting. If you live anywhere within driving distance, you should just come. It's nothing like you've ever experienced. We have Passover tomorrow night, then we'll have a service Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock, and then Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the first day of unleavened bread. If you want to come, you need to come. You will be blessed for coming. Tonight, I'm starting a series of monologues that I want to talk to you about. And this series is entitled American Foundations. The foundations of America are being destroyed. The very bedrock that we're being built on, that this nation was built on, is being destroyed. You know, a tall building, if you're going to build it tall, it's got to have a solid foundation. America is a great experiment. America is a tall building, and we grow taller every year. But for this building to remain standing, we must make sure that the foundations are never destroyed. What you and I are fighting for today, when President Trump said, "Make America great again," what he was really saying was, let's return to the great foundations of America. And I'm going to start this series teaching you what those great foundations of America are. Okay? We're going to start that tonight, and I just want to read you a scripture that talks about foundations. It says that the wise man builds his house on the rock. That way, when the rains come down and the streams rise and the winds blow and beat against the house, it will not fall. That's Matthew 7:24 through 26. The reason that America is crumbling, the reason that America is falling, and she is because there is a group of people called the patriots that have not fought for the foundations like we should be. We've been asleep in la-la land for decades, while the foundations of our nation have been destroyed. If we are going to make America great again, we must first build up the foundations. We must restore the borders. We must return to understanding of what makes America great. It's not MAGA rallies that makes America great. It's not just wearing a red hat. It's going back and redigging and rebuilding the foundations, rediscovering what made America great again. And what we are seeing in our generation is that the foundations are being destroyed. I want to give you an example of how I know this. Just a few days ago, in the great Congress of the United States of America, little bitty Nadler, little nitpick Nadler, stood up. Yes,
The photo's still in the screen.
I'm sorry.
I can't see you.
Okay. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. Apologize. I'm so sorry. Little Nadler stood in the Congress of the United States of America. And do you know what he said? He said that the will of God is of no concern to this Congress. If you take this Congress that he's referring to, and you go back to the first Congress of the United States of America, you will find the foundations of the first Congress is not the foundations of little Nadler's Congress. The foundations of America are being destroyed. And you and I, we are not fighting for the right or the left. We are fighting for the foundations. And that's going to be a new hashtag, fighting for the foundations. I want to talk to you in this monologue tonight about one of those foundations. And we're going to talk about 10 of them over the next few weeks. But tonight, we're going to start off with the first foundation of America, Christian faith and morality. That's the first foundation in America. Yes, I said the Christian faith and biblical morality. Write that down as the first stone in the building of America that we must restore, or I promise you, we will never get America back. Professor Toto, how do I restore America? I'm just me. Do you have children? Great. Take these stones that I'm teaching you and make sure that you're planting them in their lives. Make sure, do you have grandchildren? Make sure that they know that America was founded on Christian faith. Not any faith, not Islamic faith, not Buddhist faith, not every path. This nation was founded on Christian faith and not the principles of the Quran. It was founded on the principles of the Holy Scriptures. I want to give you the evidence of that. How do we have evidence of that? Well, it's called the Constitution. I want to read to you one line. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The key word is Creator. Write that down. Creator. In our most important founding document, the foundations. The founding document is the foundation. In that founding document, we accept and acknowledge the fact and publish the fact that we have a Creator. Ladies and gentlemen, when you take the Creator out of the foundation of the nation, you have destroyed the foundation. This happened back in 1963, while we sit back and let them take prayer out of our schools. The 10 Commandments out of our courtrooms. We started removing the Creator. And if Nancy Pelosi could get her midnight fantasy to just come to pass, they would take it off of our money and out of our Congress and our Senate. The foundations are being destroyed. And if you vote for anyone that does not acknowledge faith in our Creator God, Yahweh of Israel, then, ladies and gentlemen, you're voting against the foundation. We acknowledge that this God gave to me and you rights of existence.